What's up, you guys? Just hanging out, having a nice day over here, trying to figure out what to do with my life, and figured maybe you'd want to be part of it. Hold on, YouTube's not working as always. Let's just make sure that this stream page is up and running. There we go. What's up? Chi-Town D says, glad to have friendly faces around to keep company as I work from home. You guys are my unofficial coworkers. You can put me on the payroll, then make me official. That'll be okay. Chrome Colossus just popping in to tell anyone on PSVR 2 to check out the updated beta for Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. The improvements are stunning regardless of which PS5 you use. Yep, this is my most exciting part of today. Let's see how many people pop in and talk about Microsoft Flight Sim. Always a good time. Yesterday, that was half the comments we got in the live stream, including Chrome Colossus. What's up, 90 Native, Mark Smith, and Andrew Ehrenreich. Andrew poses a very good question. What's up, Looper, Izzard? People popping in. This is good. Andrew was asking what a Neo Geo is, and it was a game system that came out back in the early 90s. It was competing with the Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo, but it was in a league all of its own, which is it's really, really interesting for that time period, right? We're talking about consoles that cost anywhere from like, $100 or 80 to $100, or I guess upwards of $150, right? And the 16-bit generation was really great. But there's always this thing off to the side, right? There were people who had TurboGrafx 16s, and there were people who had Neo Geos. Both of those people were very, very, very uncommon, at least where I lived. I knew one person that had a TurboGrafx 16, and one person who I really didn't like who had a Neo Geo. He was like super duper rich kid at my school. And the cool thing about Neo Geo was that, during that 16-bit era, all these companies like Konami and Capcom and everybody were trying to bring their arcade games home and have them be closely resemble the arcade cabinet as possible, right? Graphics wise, number of players, the content, all of that. But the way SNK with Neo Geo went about it was to say, hey, we're just going to allow you to buy the arcade game and plug it into your home system, which meant the home system was more expensive than the other ones, but the games were insanely expensive. I'm gonna see if I can get this right. I want to say that the console was $250, where I think the other ones were closer to $150, and then the games were anywhere from I want to say $250 to $400. So yeah, it was. Stingray says, was Neo Geo like a fancy SNES? Yeah, absolutely. A really fancy SNES but literally played the exact same version of the arcade games at home, which those expensive cartridges caused it to be a super duper niche product, right? It was the PSVR of its time. Like I said, very few people had it, very few people could afford it, and even if you did have one, the likelihood that you were getting more than one game a year for it was just crazy, because hundreds of dollars per game. Chrome Colossus, nothing to apologize for. Don't be sorry. This is a PSVR channel, or it always has been. So I totally expect people here to be excited about PSVR stuff. That's great. You know what I mean? It is crazy hot out. I took my friend's dog for a walk again today. Started my day that way, and just came back drenched in sweat. So obviously the last thing I want to do is put on a VR headset. Give me a little bit of leeway for this as we try to figure out what the channel is moving forward. Yeah, Stingray, Neo Geo was supported until 2004. Pretty crazy. So, yeah, there's not a ton of games for it. I think the library is only about 160 games, something like that total. And I think it's known for one-on-one fighters, right? It was the era of Street Fighter 2 and Mortal Kombat, and then SNK had Art of Fighting and King of Fighters and Samurai Showdown. There's more, right? Mark of the Wolves was a big one. The Last Blade 1 and 2, right? So TurboGrafx is known for shoot 'em ups, but what was fun is when you get past all the shoot 'em ups and see what else TurboGrafx had to offer. I feel the same way about SNK and Neo Geo. My favorite part is to be like is to go through the entire collection of games and be like, I'll get to the one-on-one fighters eventually. I want to see what else is out there. Yeah, Stingray says Metal Slug. Metal Slug is huge. There's so many games in the Metal Slug series, and you're going to see that the artwork is incredible. However, this being a without Parole stream, before we even get to Neo Geo, we're going to play some Spelunky. Let's go. I was playing last night, and I was just like, I was having such a good run last night, and I did one stupid thing and died. I think I had like 5 hearts. I still died one shot. So I don't expect this to be a thing forever, but I really do kind of have to start every stream just by playing. I hate that. I hate that so much. The second you see that trap off to the side, it's already too late. Okay, let's trigger this one so Doggo doesn't bite the dust. Oh man. So yeah, but last night I did get to an area that I hadn't seen before. I had Googled it, and it was the one I was telling you guys about yesterday. Anybody who's actually keeping up with my Spelunky lore, it was pretty great. It was the one in the jungle where you bomb the gravestone, get the $5,000 crown, and then you find your way to a secret castle, which means even in those new levels that I'm finding, there are secrets in those as well. And there's the final boss that I haven't actually killed yet. I've only seen him twice, which I don't know if. And I fucking hate that club. You guys know that. That's okay. That's okay. We'll make the best of it. Make the best of it. We'll not complain. All right, we got our doggo. We got 11,000. Not a bad way to start. Hotel Neptune says, I know you talk a lot about Switch 2. Have you seen the previews for Orbitals? I saw that there are previews for Orbitals, but I've had that game pre-ordered for a little bit, the physical one. So I don't want to ruin anything for myself. My friend and I were playing through It Takes Two, and it's okay, but Orbitals seems like way more my speed. So I'm very, very excited to play it when it finally gets here. I think the physical doesn't show up until September? I could be wrong. I don't know when the digital comes out. Let's waste a bomb and hopefully get more bombs. Please be bombs. It's rope. It's rope, but at least it's not a parachute. Alright, we are going to be rich. I can feel it. We're going to be rich this run. Let's just make sure. Let's just hope that we're not only rich in money, but also rich in bombs. Yeah, I think I started saying yesterday that, like, I don't give the soundtrack enough credit. I think the first stream I did, I was like, oh yeah, I don't have to worry about the sound too much. It's kind of all in the background. But man, when you really start paying attention to it, it sets the mood so well. I'm going to use another bomb, but at least there's 2 crates here. Good chances to get more bombs. Bombs? Bombs, yes! Alright, gotta set off that trap. Oh, crap, it's just it's a big knife. That's a knife. I don't want it, though. I know it can be helpful in certain situations. It can be very, very helpful in certain situations, but those situations are few and far between, and I don't encounter them enough to make it worthwhile carrying that thing around. Oh, look at all the bombs. Alright, let's go with it. Spent 10,000 to get, I think it's 12 bombs for the big box, and hopefully that's enough to keep us going. And we can continue to just save our money. Yeah, Stay Warm says, I think Spelunky 2 was a bit disappointing. What are your thoughts? I was talking about this yesterday. It's Alex, what Neo Geo game is this? I know. I hope this doesn't become a thing, or maybe it will become a thing. Starting every stream with Spelunky, regardless of what the actual game is. But oh, good. Hold on a second. I can't. I gotta take full advantage of being able to climb everywhere. We definitely need the compass. These would be great. And let's. Okay. I couldn't get into Spelunky 2. I don't know what it was. I really don't. I have no idea what it was with Spelunky 2. Oh, shoot. All right, hold on a second. If I throw a bomb, I can trigger both of these, I think. There we go. Spelunky 2, the movement didn't feel as good. The funny thing is, it felt like very similar to Spelunky 1, but I didn't like all the changes that they had made. And I didn't like the stuff that they had changed, and I felt like it was just not as much fun. Now, to be fair, I don't know if Spelunky 2 could ever live up to my expectations, because I've been playing this game for a decade. Or when I do the math, it sounds closer to like 15 years or something. I have to see when this came out and when I first got into it. But I think it'd be really, really hard to top a game that you've been playing for 15 years, right? That's at a certain point, that's not on the developer, that's on you, for being like, oh yeah, no, I'm gonna love it just as much right off the bat. There was no way I was gonna love it as much right off the bat. I bet if I played it for 20 more hours, I'd probably start falling for it. But currently, I'm not into it. What? Looper says this Spelunky character at the title screen looks like me? Alright, next stream, I'm gonna dress like him. Next stream, I'm gonna dress like him. You played the first Spelunky on a plane, and it relieved your fears of crashing. That's good. Anything to distract you while you're, while you're freaking out a little bit. What's up, Em? Good to see you. Hopefully things are well. Alright. Oh, okay. The key is in the bottom right. Let's use a bomb over here. Okay. Let's get our key. Let's get our money. Alright, let's go hunt down that treasure chest, which I have a feeling is probably going to be in this pit over here. Let's throw the key down, trigger that. Just double check. Can you see anything over here? Alright. I do have a feeling. I feel like the chest is always... The chest or the key is always in this shaft. Oh, and there it is. I was about to say I've been proven wrong, but I guess I was proven right. Man, I talk shit about those climbing gloves all the time, but holy crap. They've been so helpful this run. I would kill for this on Neo Geo. Just, there we go. Alright, kill this. There we go. And we get our little matlock here as well. Hold on to the dog, get our gems. We got our pickaxe, matlock, whatever you want to call it. Cool. Let's get our dog out of here. And then we can look around. We can use the rest of the time for gem hunting. Now, I don't know how dangerous we want to get here, but we can leave that gem for when the ghost shows up. Alright, maybe leave this gem too for when the ghost shows up. I really want to see what's in that crate off to the right that you can't see because the chat's there. Alright, we'll get dangerous. We'll get a little dangerous. There we go. Oh, look at that. Alright. Let's drop down on this guy. There we go. We get our spiked boots, so killed him in one. We got... Hold on a second. Please come from the right. Yes! Okay, good. So we're going to make the ghost through that gem. He's going to turn it white. Okay, we're going to make the ghost go through this gem, he'll turn it white. Okay. Gonna make the ghost go through. Can I get around that? Perfect. Turn it white. This is 15,000 gold. Easy. Make him follow me up here. And... oh, no! 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 This is why I fucking hate the green gloves! Because you just get stuck places, like, in that split second. That's all it took, was to, like, just hold on for that split second and not be ready for it. He wanted to climb. Alright. That's it. That's it. But now you understand. Now you understand why I get pissed off at the gloves. Because I'm not a very good gamer. That's why. Alright. So, those $250, $400 games, whatever the fuck they were back in the day, they were super expensive, right? You didn't get to play many of them. And, yeah, thanks for the oof. It felt like an oof. Oh, shit. Andrew says, sup, Brian, just bought Thomas is Alone and Volume based on your endorsement from the Why We Love Volume Coda episode. Playing Thomas is Alone on Steam Deck right now. Thomas is Alone is so great. So great. I think I teared up. It's a story about rectangles and shapes, but they give them so much personality. It is really good. It's really good. Volume to a lesser degree, but I think Volume is harder to get into. But anyway, so there's Neo Geo is having its massive resurgence right now. It's kind of crazy, so if you guys weren't following the retro channel, don't worry, I'm bringing the retro channel stuff over here, so it'll all be in the same place eventually. They are re-releasing the Neo Geo console. It's going to pretty much be exactly like the one from back in the 90s and output to HDMI, and but the controllers are supposed to feel exactly the same, and the console is supposed to work exactly the same. You're supposed to be able to play the old games on the new console, and they are going to be re-releasing a lot of the new game or a lot of the old games again. So these prices on eBay, some of them are like, you know, $10,000 to $20,000 for single games, ones that are really, really rare. This is going to kind of disrupt that quite a bit. It's like, oh, you want it? Okay, it's $90, not $10,000. $90. And so it's in November. They're re-releasing the console. So that's a brand new way to play Neo Geo games. You can obviously emulate them if you want to. Evercade has been... There we go. Evercade has been releasing Neo Geo collections, which are very cool. I have all four, and these are the covers that you can reverse to make them black instead of the purple that they traditionally come in. And so you can play them on Evercade, and Evercade, there's different ways to play that with the portable system, with the home system that, like, I ordered one because I want to stream some of the Evercade stuff for you. It's like stuck in Iowa for some reason. I don't know what it's doing in Des Moines. I don't know if there's anything to do in Des Moines. Is anybody from Des Moines? I want to track down my Evercade. Anyway, But then here's I think the simplest way to play, and probably the most cost-effective way to play, is to literally get these collections that are on Switch. There's 10 of them. I currently have 9. We'll get the 10th one eventually. And there are 10 games on each of them. So, like, you know, so right here in my hands, 10 times 9, 90 games in my hands. Cheapest way to do it if you want to do it legally. So I figure we'll play some. Let's play some Neo Geo games. Might check out a one-on-one fighter here and there, but Oblivion, go check on my order, dude. Go check on my order. He lives in Des Moines. Not all these games are going to be great. Some of them will be great. But let's start off with Shock Troopers. Shock Troopers is fun. Remember, these are games that you would play in the arcade. And then Richie Rich kids could play that exact same game at home during a time where, like, you know, if you were playing the Super Nintendo or Sega Genesis version of Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter 2, you know, they were good home conversions, but they were not the arcade game by any stretch of the imagination. These were 1-to-1. It's pretty crazy. Oh, Alex, help me out, man. You and Oblivion team up. Go find my Evercade. No, I don't know what happened. It's really weird. It was supposed to be here Monday. I thought I was going to get home from vacation. It was going to be sitting at my door, but nope. Nope. All right, this is a very iconic at this point Neo Geo startup screen. Can you imagine being able to play this kind of stuff at home in the early 90s? Some of the early stuff isn't great. Some of the early stuff doesn't have like, you know, great animation or like really fully take advantage of the fact that like, hey, look how much more powerful this stuff is than, you know what? Hold on a second. Hold on a second. There we go. When I'm playing 4x3 stuff, we don't have to cover up any of the screen, which we don't really have to do. Either way, I can shrink down some stuff. I'm still working on the layout. But yeah, can you imagine like being able to play this at home in the early 90s? All right, so throw a bunch of credits in here and get rolling. Alright, shots fired using the A. Close range attacks as well. Direction of the attacks is locked by keeping the button depressed. Okay. So it allows us to strafe. Buttons B and C are operational, while A is depressed. Well, how about if I'm depressed? Basic maneuver by pushing B. Special attacks C. Change players by pushing D. Team battle mode only. I don't think we're gonna do that. Okay, we're gonna play Lonely Wolf. I don't know which button selects. There it is. Ooh, who we gonna be? Who we gonna be? We only have 7 seconds. All right, normal dude, jackal dude. Actually, you know what? Let's check the display settings. All right, so here's something very interesting that I love about this particular collection. Fortunately, you can turn off the screen filter, right? It defaults to making everything a little bit blurry, and so you have to actually go in and go push left here to go from 0 to off to have it actually be crisp. I don't know why they do it blurry. Like if you want to put the scan lines on or something, fine, but don't just make it blurry. But display wider screen. So I'm assuming that this is what it would look like in the early 90s. And then display wider screen, you get just a little bit more screen real estate, right? To make it look just a little bit wider, a little bit more. You can see a little bit more of what's happening in the environment. Probably makes games like shoot 'em ups and beat 'em ups a little bit easier. All right. So we get 3 different routes. Let's go through. Let's just start with the beginning. Let's start with the mountain route. Yeah, Shock Trooper does rule, Daryl. All right, so just as they advertised, I can hold down the shoot button and strafe left and right. Absolutely love the pixel art in these games. Pretty crazy. You just wouldn't see that kind of scaling. You see some of that kind of scaling on Super Nintendo, right? Sega Genesis definitely struggled with scaling. It had to be all software scaling. But Super Nintendo definitely had some good scaling going on. All right. And just to be clear, unlike Spelunky, I'm not trying to say I'm very good at any of these games. I only started playing Neo Geo games a couple years ago, and I feel like I'm a jack of all trades with this one, master of none. I really do not know the ins and outs of any of these games. So there's going to be secrets that I'm unfamiliar with. There's going to be just basic gameplay mechanics that I'm not going to be super familiar with. Let's get used to rolling. But I am super excited for the AES Plus during a time where during a time where, like, you know, where the big big players in the gaming industry, like Microsoft and Sony, and you know, to a certain extent, Nintendo, you know, would love if all physical media would just go away. Yeah, am I running out of time? No. Is that 73? No, 13. You know, there's places like Evercade, there's places like you know, the new Neo Geo that are going to be that are solely focused on physical games, and I hope we see a lot more of that. I don't think the retro scene is overcrowded. Oop. I think there's plenty of room for more people to get into this space. Ah. Oh no. Ah, come on. Ah. Also, the great thing about this is we have unlimited continues, right? So if we really just wanted to blast through and see the entire game and not have any skill at all, you know, like not develop any skill on any of these games, we could absolutely do it. Which is fun, right? But like, I think you got to kind of have like self-imposed restrictions in order to not take away the fun, right? These are games that people paid $250 for or more back in the day. It would have felt so deflating, don't you think? To like be like, I saved up all year to buy one game, and I beat it in 30 minutes because I just use unlimited continues. People talk shit about Shock Troopers 2 because of the art style. There was a whole time during the 90s when you know, when things were switching to, I would say it was around the time things were starting to switch to 3D, and some studios were like, you know, dealing with 2D consoles. They were like, well, how do we combat this? And one of the ways, like Nintendo and a few other places were doing, was by using pre-rendered stuff, right? And so they would animate stuff or render characters on like these super high-tech silicon workstations, and hey, are you cool? Are we cool? Anyway, and then just use those sprites, right? So everything started to have a pre-rendered look to it. And if you don't know what I mean, then just picture Donkey Kong Country. That's exactly why that game became a thing. Killer Instinct, all these games. And so by the time Shock Troopers 2 came out, that was kind of in full effect. And learn my lesson. Use your grenades on these guys. Otherwise you're gonna get your butt kicked. Whoa, what's shooting me from up there? There we go. Everything always flashes red before it blows up. Yeah, so Shock Troopers 2 ends up using that same pre-rendered stuff, and everything, all the characters sort of look like action figures instead of like, you know, the gritty pixel art, if you want to call it that. Lumberjack, I'm playing this all on Switch too, or I mean, these are the Switch ports, but I'm playing on a Switch too. Yeah, I think you're right, Alex. He said the AES game, the home console version, only gave you 4 credits, so they would sort of give you they'd slow you down a little bit, right? They wouldn't just let you. add continues, because so what we're playing here, that's why we have the option like to hit L1 and just add credits, throw quarters into it. These are the MVS, the arcade versions. Man, I would have lost my shit if my Sega Genesis could do this back in the day. And don't get me wrong, I mean, Sega Genesis had some killer games, right? I mean, like Gunstar Heroes and Contra Hardcore. I mean, like we saw what would happen like when a talented team like Treasure or team at Konami could push the limits of the console. And continue. Oops. We can switch to team, I guess, if it's gonna let me switch to team. Here, we'll choose her, and is that also her and him? Oh, cool. All right. That's what I love. I love watching the evolution of any console ever, right? Whoa, 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 bullet hell, bullet hell. I love watching the console evolution, like literally any console ever made. I love seeing like the very first games that were made for it. Like there's a game for this called Cyberlip, which I believe was pretty early on in the lifespan of Neo Geo, and it definitely seemed like something that could be played. Are we going up? Why don't I know what we're doing? We are going up. Oop. Jeez. Some close calls here. I gotta get better. Get good, Brian. Come on. Damn. Oh, and we're switching. And I can switch on the fly, as the controls told me. So I gotta keep that in mind. See my health getting low. Oop. But yeah, like seeing like some of the last games on the Neo Geo compared to like Cyberlip is just crazy. The difference is like night and day. You're like, are you sure this is the same console? Right? And I've always loved that. Watching when you play on PlayStation 1 and you see the difference between Ridge Racer, the launch title Ridge Racer, and here we go. And then what you get with like R4. Like R4 was just, did I say R? Yeah, R4 Racing Evolution. So good. Oh, don't kill the bird. What am I doing? Get away from the bullet. Again, night and day, like different consoles. All right, my dodge roll is going to be very important, I think, up here. Oh, I can't dodge roll on the zip line. And I think that's something we don't see nearly as much anymore. I remember getting Assassin's Creed Black Flag right at the launch of PlayStation 4, and my dad, who was still on PS3, also got Assassin's Creed Black Flag on PS3. And I remember going to his house and being like, "This doesn't look any different." In fact, there were things about the PS3 version that I actually liked better. Oh, shoot. Yeah, so we don't really get that massive shift in what a console can do anymore. I think on the PS3 we did see it, right? Like, the difference between early games, the launch titles like Genji and Heavenly Sword, and what else came out early on? God, my brain's trying to do other things right now. That's the guy we're chasing. We destroy every vehicle he's in, but somehow, somehow. Somehow he always escapes. Andrew, I'm so happy you're loving Thomas is Alone. And if you like it now, then you're going to continually fall more and more in love with it. It is so good. That's so frequently I'm playing a VR game and I'm just like, oh, this story is so garbage, right? And then you play something like Thomas is Alone and you're like, man. One second. And you're like, this is amazing writing. This is such a well-told story, right? And so it's not like video games can't tell great stories. We know all of us could name 10 off the top of our heads that are awesome, but they are fewer and further between than I would like. Ooh, speed up. Nice. I don't even think I knew you could get a speed up in this game. Again, right? Surface level knowledge of so many of these games. So I'm kind of learning right here with you guys. I'm familiar with most of the titles at this point. I've played most of the titles for a small amount of time, but do not know the ins and the outs of any of them. Can I? Yeah. I knew I was going to step on one of those landmines eventually. Ooh. Yeah, I think that's one of my biggest disappointments with the PS5 lifespan. I know it's not over. We don't have a PlayStation 6 yet, right? So anything could happen. But like, I just don't see anything at the beginning of the PS5's lifespan that is radically different, or anything at the end of where we are now that's radically different from what we got at the beginning. Yeah, so, and I think a lot of people agree with me. I think they feel like it's just too early for a new console generation. There's no point to releasing a new console when we haven't even really seen what this one is capable of. All right, my dude is hurting. I don't think there's anything we can do other than look for some food. I'm gonna keep shooting off screen. Hopefully I destroy anything before I even see it. Come on, dude. You can make it. You can make it. And if you can't, we have as many credits as you need to make it. Let's keep our distance here. So we get a ton of points for using the melee attack. The guy like eating? You're just chilling? Oop, I got surrounded. And yeah, we're gonna continue. Here, let's pick some different characters. Team. I don't know who that is. It might be the first dude. Right. And I'm such a fucking hoarder in these games when I shouldn't be. I'm a hoarder in every game. Right? Oh, don't use your grenades. Don't use your grenades. We've got to save for the boss. I think we'll be okay. I think we need to use the grenades. Why am I not facing him? Turn around. It is cool that you can definitely feel the difference in these characters. Like, she is like definitely tankish, right? Like slow but very powerful. Love it. And between the different characters and how they react to the different paths that you can take to get through the game, they found a ton of replayability with this one. Alright, that's it for... Whoa, whoa, whoa! Definitely could have used a little bit more speed on that. Alright, she's gone. Now we got normal dude here. Just gotta spam these fire arrows, because otherwise I'm just gonna be dead. And this guy's just totally impervious. Oh, oh, oh no, hold on! We actually get to fight him? He's just a dude, right? No, it's gonna be some Terminator 2 shit. You know it is. It's always Terminator 2 in the 90s. It's always like, oh yeah, this is the guy that's a metal guy thing. Yeah, not actually a person. Just looks like a person. He's actually an android or a robot or something. Something from the future. We can switch it up. We can go Jungle Route. Look at this. Like almost an isometric view on a moving train. Take that, Uncharted 2. These guys, huh? Oh, we're continuing, all right. Keep pushing the wrong button to continue, though. We'll go Lonely Wolf. We'll bring our dude back. I'm not rolling enough. Also, this does throw me off a little bit, because it's like you're aiming at them in a very 2D style, right? Doesn't matter where on the screen they are. We're just not going to leave him alone. We're just going to keep meleeing him. I don't care if we get a hit along the way. Come on. We have continues. We can play recklessly. All right, I think it's time. I think it's time to move on. Let's go back to the title screen and pick something else. Definitely want to play a shoot 'em up, but I do not want to play Alpha Mission 2. So I think we gotta swap cards here. Let's swap cards. Let's figure out what the card is that we're switching to, though. All right, Chris. Thank you for getting that quota up. What are we up to? 3, 4, 5? I love it. Keep them coming. All right. I think this is our cart. Volume 3. We're switching. Let's go. Darkwing Chuck, I thought the exact same thing as I was switching carts. I was like, oh man, wouldn't it just be great if we lived in an all-digital future? So good. Lumberjack Joe says, my first gaming at home was on a Commodore 64, and you had to code the game in to run it. We did some of that as a family. My dad and my brother and I, we had these massive books or magazines with just pages and pages of code, and we would do that. But if you're a Commodore 64 kid, dude, like I have you covered. I've got some Evercade Commodore 64 carts. I've got a little mini PC where we do a lot more emulation, and the number, I mean, just thousands of C64 games. And we almost did it today. But I just want to make sure that before I dedicate a stream to C64 games, that I have some kind of list in my head, right? And that the emulators are all working right with the fast loading, the way that it's supposed to work and all that shit. So stay tuned though, because everybody who's been around for a while knows that C64 is what I grew up with, right? We had like the Atari prior to that, maybe a couple different Ataris. But C64 was a big part of my childhood. Chris, we're counting the number of people who stop in to talk about Microsoft Flight Sim and how good it is. It's the quota. It's turned into a drinking game. And I know it sounds kind of like, fuck you for bringing it up. No, it's like we're excited about it. But it's just so funny that like it's. Wait, what was I playing? Why did I put this one in? There's so many good ones on this. I got to be honest with you though. I think we got to play some Baseball Stars too. Yeah, fucking, it is awesome. So happy that Microsoft was able to, or Sobo was able to upgrade Microsoft Flight Sim and have it look really good on our headset. And I desperately wish I could put the headset on, but it's just so hot right now. You can probably hear the AC pumping in the background. I should probably have the shades pulled just to keep the sun from really shining in. But yeah, so that's off limits to me at the moment. But it is so good. See, look at this. You can tell even on stream. It's all blurry, right? You got to go into the options when you start this thing. The first time you play these games, you got to go in, display settings, screen filter, not 0, off. Look at the difference. Oh God, I don't know why people who emulate want to like just absolutely ruin the way certain things look. So yeah. But everybody keep counting. I think we can get to 10. And so if you turn this into a drinking game, I think you're set for the rest of the day. We can all be shit-faced in like an hour. But that's it. I wasn't trying to be a dick, Chris. All right, so Baseball Stars 2, I actually prefer Baseball Stars Professional, the first one. But graphically, this one's much more arcadey looking. It just has a lot more stuff going on. All right. Nope, not the button I wanted to push. Let's throw some credits in here. And we'll just play auto operation easy. Yeah, let's go. Wait, what? All right. Again, not one I'm super familiar with. So let's see if I get that. Should be able to get the hang of it pretty quickly. It's obviously an arcade baseball game. Should not be hard. But we are batting. What a dick! All right. Cancel. Push the wrong button. I mean, look at that. I love those big chunky sprites, dude. The animation on this is so good. Go ahead, pitch it to Brian. He'll swing at anything. Whoa, what? Fucking right, that was a ball. There we go. Base is loaded. Like, I'm not a fan of sports games usually, but when you make them arcade like this, when you make them super arcadey, you know, even Hot Shots Golf is able to do it. And there's a really good one on Neo Geo, a good golf game on Neo Geo called Neo Turf Masters, which is so good. So one of the greatest golf games ever made. I'm literally swinging at everything. Nope. Duh. You gotta love that. Damn. All right, let's see how the pitching is. Did we change? I hope it changes the angle. Oh, it doesn't. Did Baseball Stars Professional change the angle to behind the pitcher? All right, let's see if I even know what I'm doing here. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, wow. All right. This is going to be a learning curve. Can we just kill all of our opponents? Just fucking pitch right to their head? Every single one's just a headshot. Alright, I'm not walking him. Here we go, right down the middle. Yeah, I'm not 1,000% sure what the options are here for pitching. All right. All right, good to know. Good to know. It's all pretty much the same button. Why are there 4 buttons on the Neo Geo if we're just going to do the same for all of these? All right, can we actually catch this, please? Yes. Yes. I finally did something right, you guys. He will just pitch automatically, by the way, if you... If you wait too long, he'll just pitch automatically because they're trying to keep the pace up for the arcade. All right, that was a bit of a sinker. I think we can see if we can trick him again with that. Oh, come on. There's the pitch. I love when the ball comes right at the screen. Like, how fucking cool is that? All right. Destiny loves this game. Awesome. I'm not going to swing at this one no matter what it is. Ready? I lied. Just too busy swallowing to swing. Thank goodness. That was right down the middle. I was late on it. Let's go. Whoa. That didn't last long. Let's see if we can experiment a little bit more with the pitching controls. I wonder if holding down the button a little bit longer does something. Go get it, go get it, go get it. Hey, wait, why did you get that? Oh, you know what? Please run to second. I should have waited just an extra second to grab the ball, because the second I got it, he started running back. Yeah, Base Wars 2000. That is here somewhere. Oh, come on. Safe. I wonder if I could have gotten the players to start running. Trap them. I don't know. What? What? Oh. No. Second base. What? Man, I threw the third when I should have thrown the second. I didn't. Oh, man, I absolutely should have been able to get that ball. That should have been so much easier. Definitely just want to fucking clock him with this ball. Alright. We're not going to walk him. Come on. Right down the middle. I said right down the middle. Alright. Really this time. Right down the middle. Huh. There we go. Yeah, like I couldn't care any less about like basketball and stuff, but NBA Jam was the shit, right? I had so much fun playing that with friends. Something about arcade sports games. They just do it for me. Like, and I think that's I think it kind of speaks to what I just don't like about real life sports. They're all so goddamn slow. It takes forever to get anything done. Even soccer, which is fairly non-stop action, is like the games are such oh yeah, maybe don't throw it to second when no one's running to second. It just takes forever to fucking score a goal. Like such low scoring games. Come on. There we go. Is it Dylan? Said not a big fan of sports games, but Neo Geo ones are always good. The soccer, I don't know which soccer one you're referring to, because I think there were like 3 or 4 soccer games on the Neo Geo. One was called Goal, 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 and then there was a couple others. Maybe we'll find one. Maybe we'll find one as we go through these games. What was I doing? That wasn't even fucking close. Why was I swinging at that? We still have a chance. Oh, this is... They want me to continue. Okay. That's fair. And breaking the bat. And now you need a knee replacement. Alright, it's almost time to move on to another game. This is great. But, I'm actually really curious to see if Base Wars, or whatever the fucking robot one's called, is on. It's got to be on this collection. All right. Oh yeah, absolutely killing it over here. Absolutely killing it. It feels so bad to give up when I'm obviously going to win the game. Clearly was going to win the game. All right. I'm going to play Last Resort. Last Resort is one of those games that I think is fucking beautiful, stunning visually, and really, really challenging. I think every shoot 'em up should be extremely challenging because the goal is to get just like a little bit further every single time you play it and like learn the patterns and know what to expect. Right. I'm working on a one credit playthrough of Gradius at all times. Right. Occasionally I'll just be super sidekicks. Thank you, Steve. There's and I'm not even sure what version. I think TurboGrafx 16 might be my favorite version of Gradius. But the NES version, that's such a super popular version that I wouldn't mind doing it there either. But like, it's the kind of game where like the second you die, the second you get killed once, you might as well just fucking turn it off. You have to hit the reset button, right? Because then next thing you know, you're on level 3 with like no power-ups and no speed and nothing. And so why not just start over? And so because that's how I want to play it. That's I want to be able to beat the whole game on one life. I'm close. I can usually get to like the 3rd or 4th level. Probably the end of the 3rd level. It's the Easter Island head section that like I just feel like they're unreliable. Trying to kill those things are so unreliable. Sometimes you get lucky and you kill them all easily. Sometimes you don't, and like it's like, I'm shooting this thing 1,000 times. Why isn't it dying? The point is, Last Resort's a great game, but I don't totally understand. I don't totally understand how to work the option. I don't think they call it an option in this, but that's what they call it in Gradius. So we're gonna go with that. All right, see, I've played this before, so I've already like taken care of the screen filter and the extra wide setting. Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort. Suffocation, no breathing. Let's put a ton of credits in. And all right, we're gonna pay attention. So there's our special, or our option. As we move, our option rotates around us. Stop units move by pressing B. So just tap B to stop it? Restart by pressing B. Alright, so it's a 2-button setup, which I think is kind of to its detriment. Because I think we could have had a little bit of easier time here. But hey, let's give it a shot. I just love this. The whole background with the lasers and spotlights and everything. It's very much a it feels like this is like straight out of Akira. Yeah, see, the option rotates around me and it's see, I'm just like showing you guys how the option rotates around me, and I'm like, oh, but also let me just like get right in this guy's way so I can show you how easy it is to die as well. Yep. So, all right, let's stay out of his way. Shoot it at him. Yeah, so tapping B does, in fact, stop the option from rotating around you, but I want to be able to have more control over the way that it's shooting. And so I have to like back up if I want to fire straight ahead with me. Which is fine. I think probably just something that like becomes second nature after a while. I feel like I've played this game, or attempted to play this game so many times, and nothing ever became second nature. But it's the kind of game that I just love visually so much that it's worth trying to stick with. There you go. And I can get to shoot behind me by going forward. Right? So it's good. Jesus. extra points by shooting all the cars on the road, which I don't think. Why, like, aren't we trying to save the people on the road? Okay, yep. Yeah, I don't think I'm long for this game. That's the problem. It's not good enough to go, oh yeah, no, I'm making progress. Every time I die, I'm getting a little bit further. I'm remembering just a little bit more. Not the case in this game. Which is crazy, because if we go play Blazing Star, which I think we're actually going to do right now. What's up, Nihilus Ryan with the $5 says, finally catching up on these live. What is this Gradius? I've always called it are you going with Gradius? Like, is that Gradius? Pronounced like apple. Love you. Yeah, that's totally fair. I think as kids we called it Gradius. And as we all grew up and learned more about Japan and the way to pronounce things, it's I think you'd probably be right. I think it's probably Gradius. Here, Blazing Star is way easier. We're gonna get so much further. What's up, Kill Artist? He said, I used to absolutely love these types of shooters. I don't think I didn't love shoot 'em ups growing up. I didn't love shoot 'em ups growing up. I thought they were generic. I thought they were all the same. I was like, oh, you're just piloting another ship through space, you know, and these backgrounds are boring and blah blah blah. It's, you know, very repetitive and whatever. And I didn't understand because I didn't grow up playing skill-based games. You know what I mean? I grew up playing puzzle-solving adventure games, right? And then it wasn't until later that I started getting into platformers, and even those, like, I don't know, like I wasn't playing like the hardest platformers out there, right? I was Sonic the Hedgehog kind of guy, and so it wasn't until about 10 years ago where I sort of just, do I want to register my score? No, and I wish it would stop asking me this. About 10 years ago, I started discovering shoot 'em ups and how much I like them, and you know, Salamander and Life Force and Gradius, R-Type. R-Type is definitely a favorite. There's so many good ones, and it just became like opened up this whole new door for me in retro gaming that I suddenly really appreciated for the first time ever. And I think what it was is when I was getting into TurboGrafx 16 games, and I did the same thing I was doing for Neo Geo. I was like, oh, it's known for shoot 'em ups. There's too many shoot 'em ups, blah, blah, blah. And so I discovered the rest of the library first. And then, and once I'd sort of like felt like I was familiar enough with the rest of the library on TurboGrafx and PC Engine, then I was like, well, let's play some of these shoot 'em ups. This is what the system's known for. And I started really falling in love with some of them. Like, they're really, really good. Like very difficult ones. Was Shock Troopers on Neo Geo? Yes, Sunkissed, it was. In case you just showed up, we were playing that earlier. All right, Kill Artist helping with the quota. This is good. I like it. Dylan says, "What did you call Ninja Gaiden?" We definitely called it Ninja Gaiden growing up, and it wasn't until fucking much later that we learned what Gaiden actually meant and how it was pronounced, and yeah, Ninja Gaiden for sure. Stevie Dan says R-Type was great on the ZX Spectrum. Sure, it might have been. I can test that out. I can hook up my my emulation mini PC, and we can go through and play some of the different variations. But the TurboGrafx 16 had a better version of R-Type than anywhere else. It was better than the arcade, I swear. I honestly thought that was like a demo or something that we were watching. Why is it doing this? Great. Yo, why is it acting so funny? It's not like letting me start a game or something. I can throw a ton of credits in, and then almost... Oh, here we go. How to play. Again, 2 buttons. This one's a little more straightforward. Yeah, we charge attack, charge our shot. And then what do we got, a bomb or something? This is Blazing Star, but I think I can't remember, is the prequel or is the sequel Pulsar? I can't remember which is which. I think this is the sequel. I think Pulsar might have been the first one. I have so many quarters in. Steve, what are you talking about? All right. Oh, we choose our different ships. There we go. We're choosing that one. We gotta pick the pink one. All right. Now check this out. I love the cloud going overhead here. I love the detail in the background. And you can see the giant ship here. And you'll be able to see the tiny little ships flying out of it that eventually come into the foreground. I mean, just fucking beautiful as far as I'm concerned. Bonus! 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 It never gets old. I don't know why. Alright, I think it was trying to spell out lucky, right? There's a lot going on in the background. The sand moving on the surface of the planet there looks so good. Let's do a charge shot. There we go, there's OC. Told you, so much easier than Last Resort. There's nothing wrong with some really difficult shoot 'em ups either. Like I'm totally okay with ones that really make you work for any amount of success. Like I said, it was like Ray Amber 2 and 3 on PC Engine CD, I think. That was just like, God, these things are so fucking hard. I saw the first stage of those like 1,000 times before I ever saw the second stage. It's so rewarding once you get good at it. So that's kind of what you just got to pick one, right? You're never going to get good at all shoot 'em ups. You got to pick one and stick with it for like a year, which was back in the day great, right? Because you might have only had that game to play all year, and so I'm gonna fucking get good at this. I'm gonna memorize this shit. Right. I love it, man. Like days of boss fights. Days of boss fights being like every single stage, or like maybe 2 per stage. You get a mid-level boss, that kind of shit. So impressive visually. I haven't used any of my bombs yet, but I don't think I need to. Famous last words, right? Oh, I just died! Famous last words, indeed. Oof. Man, I thought I had this one. And I do, but took a few too many hits. Oh, dude, Ikaruga is so fucking difficult. Good shout. It's such a great game, but so difficult. Really makes you think while you're playing, like, oh, switch back and forth between the 2 different color shots. Radiant Silvergun, I think, does something very similar. Very difficult. We're talking some real bullet hell stuff, I think, when we get into that territory. I saw somebody else in the chat say, mention, oh wait, what did I fucking do? I want to rewind. I want to rewind. I want to see exactly what happened. Because I totally missed it. I don't even know what killed me. Probably something very obvious. Yep, there it is again. Oh man, I'm just not paying attention. Got my option over there too. Controlling very, very similarly to Last Resort. Got 2 options. That's good. I need a dodge roll. I need a dodge roll so bad. My ship's controlling so slowly because I'm not powered up anymore. These backgrounds, dude. So cool what they did to kind of trick the system into making it look like 3D backgrounds. It was so cool. Yeah, somebody in the chat mentioned Einhander earlier. So good, so good. Back when Square was absolutely in their prime, like just they were the kings of JRPGs, and they're like, that's not good enough. Let's make racing games. Let's make action RPGs. Let's make fighting games, one-on-one fighting games with Urkais and Tobal 1 and 2. Well, Tobal 2 kind of became a... Anyway. Such a good time. Such a good time. Back when I feel like... I feel like during that PS1 era, like, it was the perfect balance of like how much it cost to make games and how many people were buying your games. The risk was so low that so many studios just did crazy shit, right? I feel like I would absolutely love it if Sony re-released the PlayStation 1, just like Play on Replay is doing with the Neo Geo, right? I would absolutely love it if they re-released the PlayStation 1, said all your PS1 games are playable on it, right? We're going to have developers release new games for the PlayStation 1, right? And it's all, it's got an HDMI output and wireless controllers, so it catches us up to modern times from a convenience standpoint, but it still limits the programmers to have to make their games with those specs, meaning that the games would be so much cheaper to make. And the collectors would get cool physical stuff, and I don't know, man. I just feel like there's something about that, kind of hitting the reset button. You got to remember that Metal Gear Solid, the first Metal Gear Solid was on PlayStation 1, right? And you playing that shit like really fucking holds up. Like when you kind of get used to the warping textures and that kind of shit. Right, the first Henshu was on PlayStation 1. Resident Evil 1 was on PlayStation 1. Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3. My favorites, Galarians and Kudelka. There's just so much you can do with it. And you get so creative trying to make your games look so good. They were even cool, like 2D platformers, right? Or Metroidvanias, like Castlevania Symphony of the Night or Adventures of Little Ralph. So much good stuff came out of that generation. And they were so much cheaper to make. I just think Sony is leaving a lot on the table. There are lots of retro gamers out there. There are people who respect that back catalog so much more than Sony does. That Sony should re-release the PlayStation 1. Start releasing physical games for it. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, thank you, Niles Ryan. Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9. And Tactics, right? So many great games. So many classics. And then in 10 years from now, I'm going to follow Superliminal's lead. Do the same thing with PlayStation 2. Anyway. And yeah, Random Toxie exactly says, and dare I mention it, you could own the games that you buy. Love it. Love it. If anybody's got any requests, please put them in. If anybody has any Neo Geo games they want me to play, Rypop had asked me to do some King of the Fighters. Nope, that's not it. King of the Monsters. King of Fighters is a different fighting series, but maybe we'll get to that in a minute. Yeah, Dylan, it's so good, man. This is what's going to happen. Sony's leaving all this money on the table. And what are people doing with PlayStation 1 games instead of buying them, right? Instead of purchasing them on a digital store or purchasing them in a physical format, in a way that Sony could make money off of it, rather than it be like all this secondhand market, or third, quarter, quadruple, quintuple hand market, whatever it is. People selling all this shit on eBay. Sony's not seeing any money from that. Developers aren't seeing any money from that. They could be re-releasing this stuff. Retro gaming is massive. Massive. It's like, why not take advantage of it, right? You could be making money on these old games. What am I doing? Why am I pushing all the wrong buttons? All right. So there's 3 of these ninja games, all from Alpha Denshi. One of them is a one-on-one fighter. One of them is a side-scrolling beat-em-up style game, and another one is a top-down, almost like shoot-em-up, but it's still another beat-em-up style game. It scrolls vertically instead of horizontally. I think this is the horizontal one. It is indeed. Look at these character models. So goofy, right? Kind of, they're a little derpy, right? It's not bad, but I think they're kind of derpy. But this game is fun. And the third one, the vertical one, is my favorite of the 3. But this cart's already in, so let's go with this. And the sound is really quiet for me on this one. I wonder if I'm assuming it is for you guys too. Here, real quick. Let me just see what you guys are hearing. Oh, it's so quiet. That should feel a little bit better. Ooh, Sengoku 3 is really nice. That felt fair. I'm sure there's nothing wrong with that. Oof. Oops. I found the button to drop my weapon. Just throws it down. A lot of these games usually have to like use up the weapon in order, or throw it in order to, like throw it at an enemy, like offensively, in order to get rid of it. I guess some of them you can just replace with another one on the ground. I don't know if I've ever seen one that's just like, oh yeah, just here's the button to just drop it on the ground. Like, yeah, it's like Streets of Rage. Man, and like again, being a Genesis kid, Streets of Rage 1 was a game I got early on with my Genesis, because my friend Chris was, man, he was definitely a different type of gamer than I was. Like, I was the kind of gamer that like wanted to like, you know, like play my games and love them and collect them and always be able to go back to them. And he was and he was the kind of gamer that always just wanted to play whatever was new. And so he had this pretty decent Sega Genesis collection. He had Master System games for it in the Power Base converter, so that he could play the Master System games on Genesis. And then Street Fighter 2 came out on Super Nintendo, and he was like, "That's it. I'm selling all my stuff in order to buy a Super Nintendo with Street Fighter 2." And he would do this multiple times a generation, like sell all the Super Nintendo stuff to go like get the Genesis again, or you sell all that again to go get like a TurboGrafx. Right? Just wanted to play everything. I wanted to play everything that was new, and was didn't have any issues selling everything he had in order to get it. And so, thankfully, when he was selling a bunch of his Genesis and Master System stuff, I told my parents, I was like, "Can we please buy this stuff from him?" And they said okay, which was cool. That was like the biggest stash of games I ever got all at once. And it was very cool because we gave him more than the game store would have given him, but it was way cheaper for us to buy him. And that's where I got Streets of Rage. And I don't know if I would have just gotten Streets of Rage on my own if it wasn't for an opportunity like that. And it was like, Streets of Rage was so good, so iconic. And then Streets of Rage 2 comes along, and it feels like I'm playing on a different console, right? The frame rate is like, I think it went from 30 to 60. The characters were bigger and better and had better animations. Man, it was so cool seeing that evolution from Streets of Rage 1 to 2. All right. Dylan, Andrew Dunos, or Dunos, I don't even know how to pronounce it, did get a sequel, and here it is. And it does have a physical, even on, I think it has it on the 3DS, on the Switch. So I don't know. I think that's Visco Games, and they licensed it out to another developer, just somebody who wanted to use the name. It's okay. I was trying to play this the other night. I was in Maine with my family, and I wanted to play a shoot 'em up, and I didn't really have any handy on my device. I didn't bring any physical games with me. Man, I wish the digital future would come here faster. And so I actually picked this up. I think it was on sale or something for a couple bucks, and it's pretty good. It's pretty good, but it does make me want to play the original. So let's see what's next on the list. Let's see. Bro, we haven't even played any Metal Slug games yet. All right. We gotta figure out where the King of the Monsters is. Ninja Commando. That's the vertically scrolling one. All right. It was something like that. Ninja something. Shock Troopers, Second Squad, Mutation Nation, Big Tournament Golf, which is the Neo Turf Masters that I was talking about earlier. Just had a name change. We gotta play some Metal Slug. If you guys have not seen Metal Slug yet, we gotta play Metal Slug. This one's got Cyberlip. Who the fuck is King of the Monsters? King of Fighters, Fatal Fury, Overtop, Sengoku 3. We got Sengoku 3 here. I'll put it off to the side. Prehistoric Isle 2. I love that one. Put that off to the side. I'm going to put all 10 of these off to the side. What am I doing? Blues Journey, NAM 1975, Cross Swords. Cross Swords is really good. Where the fuck is King of Monsters? Come on. We're going to get there. Oh, good. I accidentally bought the cover art for this one. I actually accidentally bought the Japanese one instead of the English variation. All right. My desk chair is trying to suck me underneath the desk. What is happening? Man. Wires, am I right? Fuck wires. All right, sirens on my end. All right. this one is all in Japanese, but I haven't even opened it yet, so we're gonna figure this out together. But there is a picture on the back of this one that's King of the Monsters, and I don't know if it's King of the Monsters 1 or 2. We're about to find out. I'm excited. Alright, first time I've opened this one. Yeah, let's download it. You gotta wonder, like, what the fuck the update could be, right? Like, these are all games that are 30 years old. What did you screw up with the physical release, where it wasn't perfect? Pretty crazy, pretty crazy. Here we go. All right, first King of the Monsters. And there's Super Sidekick 3 up there too. So we got some Magician Lord. All right, we got some decent games on this one. It's funny because you can absolutely tell the way that they decided which games would be on which collection, because they were just like, they had to make sure that like the good ones, quote unquote, were spread out, right? Like if one of these had all of the Metal Slug games and that's it, Metal Slug 1, 2, X, 3, 4, 5, right? They had all of those. That one would have outsold the rest of them hugely. So they made sure to only put one Metal Slug game on each of these collections. Crazy. And then like they got to make sure not to have too many one-on-one fighters, right? They have, but they've got a lot of them, and so they've got to put like 3 or 4 on each collection. It's really funny to like look at it and see the way they sorted it in order to make sure they sold every single one of these collections instead of only selling a couple of them. Display settings, of course, it's the very first time. Screen filter off, display wider screen on. Yeah, I definitely want to get to King of the Monsters too. Wait, I want to, hold on. Can we reset? Game reset. I want to watch that. I don't care too much for cutscenes these days, but I love cutscenes from back in the day, right? Because just the amount of work and the pixel art and everything that goes into it, that's different from the actual game that you're playing. 1996, Japan. USSR, Japan. Wait, that was it? Oh, and look how the emulation doesn't quite know what to do with the side of the screens. Because we made we selected a wider screen, but it is not doing it very well. All right, cool. Good to know. Player versus computer. Let's fucking go. I'll just pick the first dude here. Yeah, this is. I was talking to Rypop about this. So this is.
Reporting from the skies of Tokyo. The catastrophe hasn't ended yet. It's too late to escape.
The home versions were a little bit different. But this is a one-on-one fighter, and you can kind of use the whole city to your advantage. So I think I can pick this up right here. Oh, or I can destroy it. What am I doing? Alright. I to figure out how to pick up buildings and stuff. Or is that just in the second one? You gotta be able to pick up stuff. I am smashing the button. Thank you for the alert. They're trying to turn it into like a wrestling style game, which is cool. I like it. I never liked what was it called? I never liked Rampage all that much. I know some people fucking love that game, but I 1000% think this is so much cooler. It's like, oh, let me fight another monster and destroy the city while I'm at it. I'm sure that there's special moves that I do not know how to. I think I just choked him out. It's definitely special moves that I just don't know how to activate. Look at these, like the army or whatever's getting in on this. And it is very wrestling, isn't it? They want me to like pin him, stand on top of him like this guy's about to do to me. Yeah. Alright, I feel like this one I want to research more and learn the moves. That's really fun though. I like the animations, I like the destruction you can cause in the city. That's cool. We'll have to track down King of the Monsters 2 and figure out where the fuck that is. I have a bad feeling since the Japanese card that this is on is... I was gonna say, this is volume 9, and the only one I don't have is volume 10. However, I think the very first collection has like Metal Slug 3, so I don't think they put them in any kind of actual order. I have to figure that out. I guess I could just Google it, right? But they're all right here. What's easier, Googling it or just reading the back of the box? There's just no way to know. Only 2 more. Doesn't help that this King of... Here we go. Alright. Let's keep this in mind. King of Monsters 2 is on volume 7. Look at this. I'm going to play Street Hoops. I don't know if I've actually ever played Street Hoop before, but since we were just talking about sports games on the Neo Geo, I feel like it's only appropriate that we check it out. VRMC says, pretty cool. Big tournament golf includes an exclusive hidden 5th course set in Scotland that was only on the Neo Geo CD. That's really cool. I did not know that. Alright, and I'm going to go into the options. There we go. Dave Easton did some good stuff on the Neo Geo. I think it was them who did, oh Jesus, what's it called? Spin Master? Which is like this, one of the few, like, I don't even know what you call it. It kind of feels like a run and gun. A little bit of platforming mixed in. It's great. I love the character models and everything. It's just really great. Alright, let's see if this is any good. It looks good from watching that. Let's see how to play. Move your player with the joystick. Hold on, you're going too slow. You're going too fast. I can't keep up. All right, pass with the B, shoot with the A. Hold the joystick down and push the A button to dunk. Use the A button to block a shot. Okay. Use the B button to steal. Block, steal, block, steal. Cool. I'm Japanese. Let's see how this is.
First half, start. No, jump shot. No basket. Fast point. What a fantastic jam.
Oh yeah. I love games that make you feel really cool for doing pretty much nothing. I've already forgotten what buttons do what. There's only 2 buttons, and there's only 2 things I need to do.
No goal. Jump shot. Now.
Yeah. What was that? I thought there was another player I could pass to.
No goal.
Nope. Again, not what I was trying to do. 2 buttons, guys. 2 buttons. Should not be complicated. Could build up that super shot meter, huh?
End of the first half.
We'll do one more. You didn't miss big tournament golf, but I do think that if I do, yeah, we'll have to do a round of that. We'll have to do a round of that.
Second half, start.
Still can't remember which ones. I'm just hitting both buttons at the same time. I'm just like, I don't remember which one's which. Yeah, stop doing that. There we go. Starting to get the hang of it. Or not.
Cut in from the gunner shot.
Hey, it worked. It worked. Not what I wanted to do. So I keep pushing that instead of. Occasionally, something will work.
Cut in from the right.
You do have a lot of control in this. A lot more than I thought you would. Whoa! Yeah! Love it. Love it. Finally learned to steal the basket. Learned to steal the basket. Had a 50-50 shot of getting that right. It was either the basket or the ball. That's how you steal the basket, everyone. That's good. Oops. Oh man. All right, I suck at Magician Lord. I do. I suck at Magician Lord. This was another early one, and it really convinced a lot of people to that Neo Geo was so much more powerful than the system they had at home. And I'm like, I don't know if I've ever quite seen the appeal. But I do think that if a lot of these games, the more you play, the better you get, the more fun it is. And I think this might be an example of that. Okay, so we're jumping, we're shooting. We're jumping, we're shooting. And you can transform into all these different characters, which is pretty cool, in all fairness. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's something about the explosion that sort of just like zooms in or shrinks in on itself when you kill an enemy. I think there's something that was like always not very appealing about that to me. It's weird. It's weird the things that'll get in your head and go, meh. Also, I don't love when you're on a platform and you can't just hit down and jump in order to drop down from it. So, you know, but again, these are sort of the things that you think about off the top of your head as you're just getting started, and then eventually you learn to play the game the way that it was meant to be played. Hopefully. Hopefully. Alright, we're Dragon Guy. I don't even know what we're supposed to be, but it is cool that we get to breathe fire. Makes a little bit more sense when they explode into flames. It's also super fucking hard. Which is, again, fine. But it takes some time to get good at super fucking hard games. I know it just sounds like I'm being super critical, but there's something very like Ernest Evans like about the jumps. Ernest Evans, El Viento, yeah. Those renovation games or whatever the fuck they were. I'm a little bit loose. It's alright. I went to like those games too, so. At least you can shoot upwards and downwards and shit. Right? Makes it feel a little less stiff. Ghosts and Goblins could have taken a lesson from this. Ghosts and Goblins came out way earlier. And man, look at where it resets you when you die. It's like, not just like, not the beginning of the stage, not, you know, the scene before, not, like literally right where you died. Like in the middle of what you were doing. It's pretty cool. Will it continue to do the same thing? It will. That's craziness. That's craziness. Usually continue set you back to some degree, right? Like, to be like, oh, well, you can continue, but we're going to put you back at the beginning of the level, right? So there's going to be a punishment for sucking. This is just like, it continues just like another life. We gotta kill this boss. I think I should have some kind of charge attack or something saved up at this point. Hey, we got a book. Tony says, this is taking me back to Atari, STFM, and Amiga 500 days. Miss 16-bit sounds. I also miss the hair I once had on my head, bro. I was preaching to the choir. I miss all my hair. Used to have a full head of hair. It was so nice. But now, that's something that used to make consoles unique, right? Where what is the graphics chip capable of, What is the sound chip capable of? And like the Genesis had a very specific sound that it was associated with it for the sound effects and the music. So did the Super Nintendo, even the TurboGrafx 16. They all had very specific. Playing different consoles meant your soundtrack was going to be different, right? The chip tunes, you were limited. You were limited to a certain degree of like what sounds it could make, and so it was great. Like just, I don't know, like every console had sort of an identity to it, and that doesn't exist anymore. Which is fine, right? Like these were constraints, and eventually, you know, technology allowed us to overcome those constraints, restraints, whatever. I don't know. I just kind of miss the days when you could actually tell the difference from one console to another, right? So, all right. All right, this one had King of the Monsters 2 and Prehistoric Isle, Metal Slug 5. There's too many games I want to play. I think we didn't have too many requests here, so I think we gotta honor the ones that we got. So let me find. Here we go. We got some big tournament golf coming up. Yeah, Omen Boy, I think it's really hard to beat the Super Nintendo sound chip. Like, just, I remember ActRaiser sounding orchestral, and in Super Mario World, just like, so crazy. Right? And it was like, I think there was a massive overuse of reverb during that generation on the Super Nintendo. But man, again, it absolutely, the F-Zero soundtrack, it just sounds so Super Nintendo. I loved when the developers overcame the limitations of the Genesis sound chip, because sometimes you're just like, how is this happening on the Genesis, right? But those are few and far between. Chi-Town D is talking about, I remember playing, was it Larry Bird versus Magic Johnson on the Atari. Back when I was a kid, how good this looks. My dad was like, he would play sports games, and I wasn't interested, right? I was interested in like the point and click adventures or whatever. I was very narrow minded. I liked what I liked, and that was it. But yeah, he would play, I think it was Jordan versus Bird. I could be wrong. There might have been like other ones beyond that, but I think it was Jordan versus Bird that he played on the C64. Is that right? All right, how to play. Turn left and right. And dude, if anyone ever played a golf game on the C64 or the PC back in the day, you couldn't even turn left and right like this. You know what I mean? Like, it would have to like redraw everything if you decided to turn a little bit to the left or right. They draw in one tree at a time. It was such a slow, painful process to play a golf game on a computer. Look at that animation. Look how smooth that animation is on that guy. All right, I think we got it. We'll figure it out.
Please select the type of your game. Who do you play as?
Ooh, young hero, technician, shot maker. Who do we want to play as? Putt master. We're gonna play as shot maker.
Please select your challenging course.
We're gonna have to ask how to access the secret fifth one. But in the meantime,
Man, Fujiyama Oriental Golf Club. Final day. Final party start.
yeah, the Super Nintendo Doom, great soundtrack.
Good luck.
I love the AVGN episode where he was comparing all of them. And then, of course, the Jaguar one came along. Fucking Silent Doom. Which, by the way, I had the Jaguar one. I had Jaguar Doom. Now, let's see here. Let's take our shot before.
Good shot.
And the Jaguar version of Doom was amazing. Amazing. I almost didn't even care that it didn't have music. I thought it gave it sort of like a more horror vibe. I gotta get used to this. 157 yards away. The 8 iron goes 160, so we want just under 100%. All right, let's go. Oof. See how that goes. Hey, not too shabby. Still got a long putt ahead of us, right? How far is it? It's not too far. It's just so satisfying.
I did it.
Oh, the AES version. Thank you, BRMC. AES Plus. That's so good to hear, because I've got it pre-ordered. So excited for November.
Hole number 2, 450 yards. Par 4. Good shot.
Yeah, I think the only series other than this that's ever been awesome at arcade golf. I played a bunch of golf games. I don't know how much I trust my judgment, because I haven't played all of them, obviously. But like just this and Everybody's Golf, right? And like Everybody's, when it was Hot Shots Golf on the PS3, Out of Bounds. That's when I fell in love with Hot Shots. So good. Out of Bounds had great characters. Out of Bounds had great courses. So good.
Birdie. I did it.
Flies 4, birdie. Player 1 starts to strike back.
Kicking some ass here, you guys. Kicking some ass.
3.
Player 1
All right. 207 yards. We can get there with the 3 iron, huh? Crazy. I don't know how that water scares the fuck out of me, even though it doesn't seem like it's anywhere near the landing zone. So let's just be real careful here. Yeah, right up on top. Up and down. Let's go.
Player 1 birdie try.
Oh, no, don't let...
Player 1 par.
I'm still used to games where you like click the button to start the meter going up and down. Go fuck yourself.
Player 1 for bogey.
That should have been one and done, dude. That should have been one and done. How embarrassing. Mario Golf on the Game Boy Color does rule. Wait, no, I think I've only played whatever one was on Game Boy Advance. So I don't have any Game Boy Color. Do I?
Hole number
I don't know. I might have played it at some point.
78 yards.
Just the ROM though. I never owned it. Look how beautiful this is. Look at how they're using the parallax to simulate 3D and make it seem like there's really a waterfall right in front of. Oh, it's so fucking cool, dude. Right? It's so impressive.
Good shot.
Fairway.
All right, we got some trees in front of us. Let's see if how much of a difference this makes. We've got 91 yards, and our sand wedge is going to get us 100 yards. Okay, so we're going to get some lift from the sand wedge. The wind a little bit to the left and behind us, so let's be careful here. Definitely hit that tree on the way up, didn't it? Fuck. Fuck. It's alright. We got this. We got this. 48 yards left. Oh, look at that. Actually, we have some movement on the greens here, which we haven't had to deal with yet. So we're gonna be shooting downhill. I think it just gives us exactly the right amount. I think anyway. Let's see. Whoa! All right, I was a little bit concerned for a minute there. I was like, I was wondering how much of this shit we had to deal with. I'm really glad that it's here because it can. It seemed a little too simple, but I am really glad to see that these greens move, dude. Oh yeah, we're gonna continue. Come on, come on. We're still just getting the hang of it.
Player 1 falls back.
Hole number 526 yards.
Yeah, no, I definitely should have hooked it.
The longest drive contest. Good luck.
All right, it's got to be a par 5, right? Yeah, 526 yards, clearly. One wood. To the left. Oof. That is indeed rough. Alright. Let's see. 230 yards left. We gotta just nail this thing. Ready? And. Whoa. I gotta take my time with these shots. It's so easy to screw it up. I just did not feel that way at first. 56 yards. Let's go. Yep. I should have considered the altitude here. I think we definitely need a little more height here. There we go. Yeah. Come on. Get there. Alright, for par. It doesn't look like the green's moving at all. I think we got a nice, easy, straight shot here. Let's go. Alright, one more hole.
Hole number 6.
Or maybe we'll just finish the tournament. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see, 296 yards. We're gonna give it our full power. Let's go. It's alright. It's alright. We'll chip it up there. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. 20 yards. The sandwich is giving us 100. But we are in the rough, so we gotta give it a little bit extra. Hopefully that's not too much extra. That's too much extra! Alright, now the question is it gonna let us? Can we? Oh no. I guess if we're on the green we can't chip it in, right? No PW option? Is that only from off the green? Well, it's gonna curve. It's gonna go left. So we gotta shoot. Oh! Sorry, I didn't mean to. No. Oh boy. Well, that timer put the fucking fear of God into me. But that's okay. That's okay. We're good. It's a long putt, but we're good. Could have been so much worse. Over there says, what system are you playing on? I'm playing on the Switch 2. These are Switch 1 collections of Neo Geo games. Which is great. They're awesome collections. Let's see. Look how beautiful that water is. And the music is so good. I'm just like, man, this brings me back to my happy place. Alright, 270 yards. We're just gonna fucking pound it. I really haven't been paying much attention to the wind or anything. The wind hasn't played much of a part in this yet. I'm on the, yeah, it's like, what, 2 meters off to the left a little bit. Just tap it a little bit to the right. And we are dealing with, I think we can give it full power. Let's give it some height though this time. Go a little bit high. Okay. Not great positioning on the green, but we are on the green, so there's that. All right, it's going to cart to the right, going uphill, and then again going downhill. So this is going to be a little bit rough, you guys. Oh, kind of a mess. But hopefully this is straight downhill. It's a little tough to gauge, but we'll see. We'll see. Oof, that's what I was afraid of. That's what I was afraid of. Oh, I did. I picked the hardest course? Interesting. Except for the hidden one. This is the kind of thing that's so much, I mean, I'm having a blast right now. I'm really enjoying it, but obviously it's so much more fun if you have somebody here, you know, playing local multiplayer with you. All right. That was really fun. Thanks for the recommendation. All right. What else is on this cart before we rip it out and play something else? Oh, we do have Baseball Stars Professional. Oh, and Shock Trooper Second Squad. What a good cart this is. All right. Metal Slug 4 isn't even my favorite one, but it's so convenient. Conveniently located right here on this cart. Let's play it. I think most people would say their favorite Metal Slug is 3. I think. And I don't have a favorite because I have not played enough of these to really know, right? And this is something I'm like really excited for. To spend a lot more time with the Metal Slug games. In fact, I would love to do like a Metal Slug retrospective, just like play the crap out of each of these games, really to understand the difference between them, what improvements each one brought to the table, and do a Metal Slug retrospective. Because these are games that are just, in my book, classic. I think the animation is some of the best I've seen in like 2D style game like this. All right, here. All right, A fires. I'm guessing B jumps. Yeah. C has got to be the grenade. Yeah. Awesome power. And the B gets in the Metal Slug. Does D do anything? Jump down to escape. Oh, interesting. Cool. That's all the controls you need to know. I don't know. Let's go with her. She looks cute.
Mission 1, start.
I mean, look at that. Just the way it all moves and shit. Oh, I fucking love it. Alright, come on, hippie. We gotta save you. Ooh. Can't shoot diagonally. Should have been more careful. I didn't even know I was getting shot at while I was shooting. There it is. I thought the C button was the wrong button. Hey, 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 get back here. Question is, how do I get up there? If I had left the truck alone, didn't blow it up, could I have used it as a platform? Right, jump in the sidecar. Let's go. Thanks, hippie guy. Do you kind of love when running guns or brawlers or anything have these like auto-scrolling levels to mix up the gameplay? Almost turns it into like a shoot 'em up for a stage. Ooh. Why not? I'm trying to throw grenades. I don't even know if I can. Oh, this would be so good with in local co-op to have another person playing. Oh, you know what? All right. We gotta get King of Fighters 2 into this. Use the cars as platforms. Thank you. When I go back and play, I will definitely do that. I didn't keep any of these organized, of course. So now I'm trying to remember which one had which. Here we go. Right on top. Love it. Also, speaking of fuck digital games, and again, nothing wrong with digital games, but to buy each of these games separately on the Switch store, I think it's like $7.99 a piece, right? So you get 10 on each of these collections. The collections are, don't get me wrong, expensive, right? The collections are, I want to say like $40 a pop if you don't get them on sale, like the physical ones. But then the games are $7.99. That's 8 times 10. So buying them digitally, individually, is twice as much money. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. So while I think they're great collections, I think they're a little overpriced. But I don't know who owns the rights to everything. I don't know if SNK owns the rights to all of these or what the deal is. I think the can't be. Okay, we're gonna do. All right, let's do King of the Monsters 2, and then we might end off with Prehistoric Isle. I love Prehistoric Isle. When dinosaurs were the coolest thing on the face of the planet because of Jurassic Park. I think we were just talking about this not that long ago. Prehistoric Isle and Prehistoric Isle 2 came out, I think, a little after the Jurassic Park craze. But still very cool. And let's change the display settings. There we go. $19.99. 3 years later, only 3 monsters survived. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Super Geon? Geon? I don't know. Yes, this is what I was remembering. Picking up like literal mountains and throwing them at enemies. This is so cool. Cyber Woo. And everyone believed they would rule the earth, but King of the Monsters 2. The next thing. Is that the official subtitle? King of the Monsters 2. The next thing. It is. That's literally what it says behind the scoreboard. That's great. The next thing. King of the Monsters 3. And also this. King of the Monsters 4. Here's something else. Okay. Player versus computer. Oh no, jump is over there. I don't know. I thought it was Super Geon. Super Geon. What's cool? American City. We're going to battle Huge Frogger. That's Frogger. I think that's Frogger. Is that not Frogger? Yo! I threw him in the air and then had him land on the spikes on my back. So fucking cool. Alright, the jump button is Devil May Cry style. It's like where the triangle is. That's weird, but I'll take it. I love when I land, the whole screen shakes. Just take part of this building over here. This is pretty intense, man. Like, it's just pretty chaotic. And again, it just so desperately wants to be a wrestling game, which is really cool. Did my dude just melt? I melted. Here we go. That's right. It's my favorite move. I'll get out of here. And that's his favorite move, obviously. Yeah. Tear his fucking stomach open. It's gonna leave a nasty fucking hickey. Let's go. You cheap motherfucker. Come on. You won that grapple. Yeah, just like the first one, it feels like there's gonna be tons of moves that I'm not aware of. Once you get good at this, I bet it looks so fucking cool to just cause so much destruction. I mean, I don't even know what I'm doing right now, and it looks really cool. Like, when we're grappling, like, what button am I supposed to be pushing? Not gonna lie, I'm a little scared of him. He keeps kicking my ass. I think when he's on the ground, I gotta remember to try to like jump on top of him, wrestling style, like the first one we were doing, right? In the first game. I bet we can probably jump on top of him and cause more damage as he's stunned. Ka. Let's go. We'll cheat our way through this. What's up, comic book guy? Good to see you, man. Thanks for the thanks for the quid. There we go. Finally melted him. He melted me 17 times. This is really good. This is really, really good. French City. French City. Eiffel Light. I love it, man. I love it. What fools to oppose Famerde. French City. Oh, man, this French City is so fucking fucked, dude. Whatever the name of this city might be. Just this French City. Yeah, get up. Hopefully when it says to fucking hit the button, hopefully it means just any button, because that's what I'm doing. Whoa. That was like poisoned? Yeah, oh yeah, those fucking purple clouds are poisoning me. Stay away from the purple clouds. No comment. No comment. Ready for battle. This guy's gonna kick my ass. Oh, he's so tiny. Look at the little dude. The little dude. I was so worried about it. Uh-oh. I'm getting more worried about him. Uh-oh. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Look at me learning new moves. And now it'll be the only move I do for the rest of the time I play. Hey, stop punching me. Look at that design. The dude with like a face hugger squid thing on his head. I love it. Oh, all the damage I did to him up to this point doesn't even count. Doesn't even count. He wasn't even the boss yet. He had to grow up and be the boss during the first part of this battle. And now that he's the boss, Tony and Mona better fucking watch out. Yo! He's kicking my ass. And I melted. Melting. Yes. Yes. There have to be so many more moves that I don't know. I'm like relying on just a couple standard ones here. That power-up hurt me. The question mark was like, this could help you or hurt you type thing. Just like tear it out, piece of flesh out of his side. Absolutely love that. Oh no! Oh no! I didn't realize there was going to be another stage of the boss fight. I gotta fight the little squid thing that was on top of his head. All right. What's up, Steven? Says the channel's not the same anymore without the guy's vacation. Well, then hopefully you tune in on Friday, because the guys will be here on Friday. All right, I think Prehistoric Isle, and then we call it quits. I think. Pleasure Goal. See, there's so many fucking soccer games on Neo Geo. It's like, I think we've seen 4 just going through this. I mean, they must have been popular, right? Otherwise, you wouldn't be putting out so many soccer games. There's like 1 basketball game, 2 golf games, right? Neo Turf Masters and Top Players Golf, I think. And then there's, or I guess Big Tournament Golf is called now. Just double check. Screen filter off and display wider screen. Wait, display wider screen off? Let's turn that shit on. Alright. The last game we just played was King of the Monsters 2. And now we're on the Prehistoric Isle 2. I do remember Mr. Belvedere. Streaks on the china, never mattered before, but who cared? As you dropped your jacket, as you came through the door, no one there. According to our new arrival, life is more than mere survival, and we might just live a good life yet. Yeah, I think I remember that one. Man, theme songs for 80s sitcoms, 80s and 90s sitcoms are just so classic. There's just like, I mean, just randomly, that shit will get stuck in my head. Thanks, Steven. Appreciate you. Listen, I got to be honest with you. I'm making a lot of changes with the channel. You know, things are going to change. Obviously, I'm playing retro fucking games right now on the channel. It just means like I'm trying to kind of find my way and figure out what I want to do next and all of this. And so I appreciate everybody who's like sticking with me through this like kind of chaotic time as we try to figure out what I'm doing next. PSVR 2 will always have a home here. It's just not going to be the only thing I do anymore. Who asked what collection this is? What game collection is this? I might have to pick it up. David, here's the problem. It's 10 collections. These are the ACA Neo Geo selections, volume 1 through 10. And so you kind of have to look through and find out which ones have the games you want. And then if you're like me, you're like, I need them all. And you buy all 10 of them. But there's 10 on each. There's 10 on each cart. Siren's on my end, and so there's a lot of good games. All right, player select. I want to be a chick. Look at that! Look at that! Look at that! It must have cost so much money for them to render that out. But this is what I was talking about. This is all the pre-rendered stuff. This is Donkey Kong Country era. This is a result of Donkey Kong Country era, when everything was like pre-rendered. And so you got all these kind of like almost claymation looking enemies. These pterodactyls and shit, they all look like they're... Ooh, gotta catch the soldier. Alright, we're gonna have a string of soldiers below us. Very, almost Choplifter style, I think. Choplifter, is that how that worked? Alright, another game that I love, but I absolutely suck at, haven't really given enough time to. So, don't expect me to be good. I'm just having fun. Actually, you guys have been watching the channel long enough. You shouldn't expect me to be good at any games. The only qualification I have for running a gaming channel isn't being good at games. It's just loving games a lot and playing a lot of them. Bullet hell! There we go. I want to keep collecting as many of the stars as possible. We want to collect Defend people. That's what we've been doing this whole time. Subway train crashing. This is great. All right. The people from the subway train are running into our little choplifter thing here. I don't actually, what's crazy about this is, like, I don't even know, like, what the good stuff and bad stuff is. Oh, let's get these guys. Here. Okay, so now I've got 2 guys hanging from the chopper. And we're gonna keep these guys alive until the next time we can save them. Ooh. Get out of there. Okay. Pull it out. Look at that. So fucking cool. Beautiful. It's beautiful. Oh, we got a couple guys down here we gotta rescue. No! Oh no, I saved one new guy. One old guy. Is that not? Thanks, Rye. Yeah, I guess I have a little knowledge of some games. But I definitely don't mind not telling you guys when I don't know my shit. Because I think it's fun to learn shit. No! We're continuing. Here, let's try another chopper. Let's try the other chopper. Here we go. Oh. And... Oh no, we lost our guy. Man, keep your hula hoops to yourself. Okay. He's not even looking at me, he's kicking my ass. Oh. Alright. Man, I'm dumping the quarters into this machine right now. Yeah, I just feel like this would be so satisfying to get good at. Level 2. Over there says you should turn this into a 16-hour-a-day gaming stream channel. 8 hours for sleep, then back at it. LOL. Community could float you donations. Bro, listen. I mean, I know that I watch streamers that stream for 8 hours a day, 6-7 days a week. And 6-7. And I'm just like, man, like I honestly don't know how they do it, because when we've done 7-hour streams on the channel before, right? When we have to do top 50 debates or that kind of thing, and like by the end of it, like my social battery is so fucking drained that like you got to give these streamers respect, for the ones who can actually do it every day for long periods of time. It is crazy. So massive props to them. I would love to stream every day. And I mean, I have, like, this is the 3rd day in a row. Like, that's very uncommon for me. And I think each stream has been about, close to 3 or 4 hours, something like that. This is the 3rd in a row? Yesterday, wait, did I just get back yesterday? So it's only the 2nd day in a row? I see, I'm like lying to you guys. I'm fucking gaslighting you. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about the 6-7. I should have been an adult and just let it go. Look at this fucking water. I'm such a graphics whore. Like, the game doesn't even have to be all that good, does it? As long as it's pretty, I'm like, this is great. It is so fucking pretty, though. Look at this. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Kicking some ass. Poor dinosaurs. Didn't mean to hurt you. I think you're so cute. Okay, defend these people. Defend them. Defend them. Oh no. Who's gonna defend me? See that thing. That thing. What the fuck is that thing? There is screen clearing bomb. Oh shit. The last time I saw it, I was like, is that a good thing or a bad thing? It looks like a good thing. Okay. I got you. I'm trying to get you. I'm trying to get you too. Alright, we got a couple dudes hanging on. Let's see if I can actually save them. The likelihood is low, let's be fair. Whoa. What was that movie about the sandworms? Not Dune. Not No Man's Sky. What was it? Someone help me in the chat because my brain's not working. Remember they were like hanging out at a gas station or something? No! No, they're all in the air. I need to save them. No, no, no. I saved 2 of them. You know what Meatloaf says. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Don't be sad, 'cause 2 out of 3 ain't bad. There ain't no way I'm ever gonna love you. Don't be sad. Oh, that guy doesn't want to be saved. Fine, you just stay down there, guy. You just stay down there. Oh, now you want to be saved? Now? Now that your life is in danger? I'm trying to save you. Uh-oh, maybe I can only save 2 people at once. Or maybe I should kill this guy and save him. Alright, now we're fighting dinosaur bones. The dinosaur bones come alive. Oh no! It's night at the museum. I want to go save the dude, but like, I can't. That dude's not getting saved. Tremors, yes. Good shot with Beetlejuice though, Steve. Tremors. Oh my god. Yeah, there are like 3 of those. Oh, there's 6. Okay. This is sort of like Crow sequels and Terminator sequels. And let's be fair, Alien sequels. At a certain point, you probably should just not worry about them. Wasn't there like a sequel to The Lost Boys? You know, like these straight-to-DVD things? Oh, man. All right, you guys. That was really fun. But I feel like I've been doing this for like... Wait. How long have I been doing this for? YouTube is saying like not even 3 hours. It feels like it's been longer than 3 hours. But this was fun, man. This is fun. I want to spend a lot more time with these Neo Geo games. I want to become pretty good at a couple of them. And I just kind of want to know them inside out. See, but this is the thing. The Neo Geo is known for one-on-one fighting games. And we really didn't play any real one-on-one fighting games today. I mean, we played King of Monsters. The first one feels like kind of like a one-on-one fighter. But it's just so great to like explore what the system also had. Right? I would guarantee that at least half of the games were one-on-one fighters. But that still leaves like 60 or so to kind of dive into. And also I played Garu Mark of the Wolves, and I thought the animation on that was fucking incredible. That was the kind of game that I really want to learn the special moves of. I think The Last Blade 2 is just absolutely stunning. And so these are games that, these one-on-one fighters that I do want to learn and kind of get good at. All right, so I've got my missions ahead of me. Samurai Showdown is awesome. Right, but there's the thing with Samurai Showdown and King of Fighters and like Fatal Fury and shit. I feel like I don't really need many iterations of them. I kind of want to, because I'm late to the game. I kind of want to figure out the best one in each series, and maybe spend some time with the best one. Yeah, Omen Boy says King of Fighter games are so good, and if you start with the other SNK fighters, it makes them even better, right? Because King of Fighters is sort of like their crossover series, right? Where they take characters from all the different fighting games and like pit them against each other. And there's even like an SNK versus Capcom game on the Neo Geo. I think everyone's familiar with the Capcom version of it, but not too many people are familiar with the SNK version. So, pretty cool library to explore. But that being said, guys, thank you so much for hanging out, and thanks for being here during this crazy transition. I love you all very much. Have a wonderful evening, and I should be back with the boys on Friday. We should have a somewhat normal games cast. I think there'll be 3 of us total though, instead of just the 2. So stay tuned. It'll be a good time, and I promise I will play Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 update before then. Love you guys.